Morning.
Morning.
Is open at the beginning of Parashat Vayetchanan.
Good morning, Boker Tov.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Look on page 958 or Perek Daled, Pasuk Bet. Page 958, Perek Daled, Pasuk Bet. Pay attention to the words of the Pasuk. לא תוסיפו על הדבר אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם. מבחינת עד ולמצוות לא תוסיפו ולא תגרעו ממנו, לשמור את מצוות השם אלוקיכם אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם. לא תוסיפו ולא תגרעו. Let's see how Rashi explain the Pesukim, what falls into the category of תוסיפו. Then we'll see in Parashat Re'ei similar Pesukim. Then we'll see how the Rambam is coming up with all Chidush, then Tosafot. Let's see. It's page 958. The last Rashi, look at the Rashi. It's page 958 on the bottom. לא תוסיפו, Rashi says, כגון 5 פרשיות בתפילין. So again, there is a halacha l'Moshe Sinai that tefillin has 4 batim, tefillin shel Rosh, and he is adding a 5th. This is lo tosifu. I'm adding to the mitzvah. The mitzvah was given this way. I am keeping the mitzvah, but I'm adding to the mitzvah. Another example, Rashi says, חמשת מינים בלולב. The Torah says לולב אתרוג הדסים הרבות. I'm adding rose or any other. So again, I have the mitzvah. I have the 4 species, but I'm adding the 5th. The chamesh tzitziyot. I have a 4 corner garment. I'm making the 5th corner, and I'm going to sit there. Yes.
So how is it different that Shivat Yamim you add up 1 more day?
I think for me to see there's no common denominator. I'm not sure when is the first day. If I would do 6, maybe I'm gorer. Right? Remember, if you live in Cyprus, you live in Vienna, in Europe, you didn't know how you begin. So you must add a day. And openly, you're saying I'm doing it only with my safed. Every time you do a mitzvah, you put it in you look, all these people, you put 2 pairs of tefillin, you won't seafood. Is this kosher? Those who put Rabbeinu Tam say that my tefillin is not good. They say their own tefillin is not good. Say they can look through one. The answer is, according to Rabbeinu Tam, this is the way to do it. According to Rashi, it's the way to do it. So when we are celebrating an extra day, it's only Machmat Safek. Here the man says, it says in that this is what the Torah meant tefillin, to put 5. The Torah meant tzitzit. You have 5 corners, 5 tzitzit.
So, Rabbi, if you have a 5-corner beged or 6-corner beged, you don't put tzitzit on it?
Put tzitzit only on 4 corners.
Oh, so if you only put tzitzit on 4 of the corners.
Look what she says. She says,
All right, that's why you brought
Chamesh tzitziyot. Don't know Chamesh corners. Chamesh tzitziyot.
But it's interesting. So if you have a 6-corner beged or whatever it is, you have to pick 4 corners.
Yes. V'chen, you see, this is carefully what Rashi says now.
Rabbi Prague.
Have a second.
Sorry.
לא תגרעו. מה זה וכן? The same example, 3 examples I gave you.
You can't do 3 parshiot. You can't do 3 meanings.
Exactly. By putting only 3 parshiot, not 4. If I say that Sukkot is only 6 days, this is not tigro, yes? Okay, so this is Rashi. Yeah. What's your question, please?
I'm not sure if I heard you correctly. If you only had, by halakha, you're supposed to have 4 parshiot, and you put a 5th, but the 4 were there, Are you Makayim mitzvah?
No, this is an important question. It's not that I have the mitzvah of tefillin, but I did an avera of not to see. It's not the tefillin.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure I heard.
If you put a box of 5 compartments, you're putting a banana on your head. I mean, that's what tefillin is.
So Rabbi, we had another example, we always said, let's say you can't sit in the sukkah an extra day.
The minute you see
So
it,
that's not equivalent to these cases.
Oh, you go.
Because these cases, at one time, it says 4, over there, I did each day. the
What
way
he
I'm
said,
supposed to do
the
it.
Gemara says in Masechet Sukkah, in Eruvin, היושב בסוכה בשמיני לירושלים, תוסיף 8 days, עובר about תוסיף. But remember, if the mitzvah is every full day sitting the sukkah, so still over there the mitzvah is measured by the days.
So that
The 8th day is like adding the 5th day.
But you, over there, you got a mitzvah
Anyway,
every
we'll see
day.
in a minute. Anyway.
But let's say in a Brit Milah, you have a Brit Milah and you do it okay, and then you go ahead and do the tzitzim that are not makfim. Would you say that that's a Baal Tosif?
This is a good question. If the Mohel says, I know that this is what Brit Milah is, then it's about to see. If the Mohel is doing it only because he's not sure how much of the skin does he have to cut,
And it's a safek.
all the cases, the Gemara says in Masechet Eruvin that the only time you have about to see is when you're doing it knowingly and willingly. You are saying that this is the mitzvah. You know what he says? So the Mohel is nervous about his cutting
Right,
it
that's the
extra
safek.
piece. Remember, this is Parashat Vayetchanan. Open now, Sefer Devarim, Perek Yud Gimel. It's Parashat Re'eh.
Say Sephardim put make one berachot.
We'll see in a minute.
So why don't you say that?
It's a good question. The answer is, there's a machloket in the Rishonim. You have 2 beggars, twins, making one bracha and the Brit Milah and the 2 of that. This is a machloket in the Rishonim. Maran says this way, Ramah says this way. Again, we're talking about interpreting the mitzvot in a different way. When you made one bracha this morning, you don't know, but you made a video bracha and the 2, and you are aware. People who learn halacha well, Joseph know that when you made this morning the haniach, you had in mind this. So am I being Ashkenazi. By me, I have another separate bracha. Every morning before I made the haniach,
You
I have in mind.
Not to be used.
You are not doing the second bracha. You say, not that I'm second bracha I have is on Shavuot. Look at page 1006.
She gave you something that everyone agrees on.
Yeah, this is important.
It's not a machloket. If everyone agrees, but tefillin is only 4 parashiot. Everyone agrees the sukkah is 8 days.
Like everyone
7 days.
agrees.
I'm saying whatever. You know what I mean? 4
yeah,
meaning. Nobody
yeah.
says there's 5 meaning. When you have a machloket, then if you pick one over the other, it's not adding. It's that opinion.
Also, Joseph, this is great. This is our topic is now to clarify. We need an hour and a half, but we'll try to do it in 25 minutes. You see where exactly, all the points you made are good points. Look,
Why does Vayetchanan and Re'eh both have the word? Why do they use the word davar? If it's a mitzvah, why don't they use the word mitzvah? And number 2 is,
Rambam in Perek Bet Mimamrim, which we're about to see, you'll have an answer to the question.
and number 2 is why the change in shift from singular to plural?
This is also part of this question.
Okay.
Look at the beginning of Perek Yud Gimel. You see 10:06, Perek Yud Gimel. את כל הדבר אשר אני אנוכי מצווה אתכם, אותו תשמרו לעשות, דבר, להריזסטים, לא תוסף עליו, ולא תגרע ממנו. Yes? You see that one is talking in a singular, לא תוסף עליו, ולא תגרע ממנו, and this week's parasha is לא תוסיפו על הדבר. Here Rashi is very clear, this is the greatness of Rashi. Rashi is using the same example we gave.
No, he doesn't. He added something. He has Birkat Kohanim here. Why doesn't he use it in Vet Chanan, where it's the first time?
Look one also. Yeah. Look at the Rashi. לא תוסף, 5 תותפות בתפילין, 5 מילים בלולב, and Rashi is adding another example that the Gemara gives is Kohen. If Jimmy this morning, but the end would say, Hashem Elokei Avotechem, Yosef Alechem Kachem 1,000 פעמים, he's mosif, why? Because the Torah says that the brachot of Birkat Kohanim is only 3, and Jimmy can say 10 brachot, Joseph can say 15 brachot, as long as you're not saying this is part of Birkat Kohanim. If after you say V'yasem Lecha Shalom, you say aloud, Hashem Elokei Avotechem Yosef, this is Osafah, why? I'm adding to the 3/4 the same as I'm adding to the 4 parashot of Tefillin 5.
But why didn't Rashi, there's an obvious, there has to be a logical reason why Rashi doesn't include the Birkat Kohanim by Vet Chanan, and here he includes it. He knew about Birkat Kohanim in Vet Chanan, and if he didn't include it or did include it.
Good. You have the Rambam in front of you. Take the Rambam, Hilchot Mamrim, Perek Bet Rambam. ספר שופטים בהלכות ממרים פרק ב'.
Over here, Totafot means Parshiyot. Is that what Rashi is saying? Because Totafot does not mean Parshiyot.
Totafot is not Parshiyot.
No, that you need 4.
Totafot, there's a language.
says Totafot, Tot bekat fishtayim, Tot be'afrik fishtayim. So Totafot is a hint or mefurash. How many parshiyot should have put? Open Rambam, ספר שופטים בהלכות ממרים.
Rabbi, I just want to be clear on something you said. When somebody adds a 5th parashiyot in his tefillin, is he not mikayem the mitzvah, or is he over? And does he also over? If he adds another day to Sukkot, there he must be an aveda, and not just that he didn't mikayem Sukkot.
Not mikayem the mitzvah, and he's over about the by Sukkot. You did celebrate Eli 7 days. You said what you're doing wrong is sitting in Israel, in Shmini Atzeret, and in Israel, in the Sukkah, and saying, this is a mitzvah. So today, everybody let's say this. If you sit on the 8th day in the Sukkah, you're not ruling and canceling the previous 7.
You're just getting a sin.
If I put 5th parashot in Tefillin, I'm destroying the Tefillin now. I never put Tefillin today. Look at the Rambam. הלכות ממרים, פרק ב'.
Have that one meal right after Sukkot, it's asur to sit in the Sukkah.
Right.
Funny, even Rabbi and my father told me the whole country they would not. We over here sit Shmini Atzeret without a beracha. They didn't sit. No, they didn't sit.
Okay.
They didn't sit.
Of course they did. Of course, Maran says to sit, the Rambam says, and the Gemara says, but there are many reasons.
No, maybe because Syria was maybe
No,
Safed.
יכול להיות.
Could be they had other reasons also, but they didn't.
It must be other reasons. No. Look at הלכות ממרים פרק ב' הלכה ט'. Pay attention, this is the Rambam, this is the Rambam. Joseph, you have it, Joseph, הלכה ט'.
In the page.
Share it with him, share it with Nathan.
Yeah.
Says the Rambam, הואיל ויש לבית דין לגזור ולאסור דבר מותר. Beit Din have the power to tell me and you that if you eat a chicken cheeseburger, it's asur. The Torah says, לא תבשל גדי. Beef.
Fowl was not included.
Yes. ויעמוד איסורו לדורות, and forever. It's asur to eat chicken and milk. וכן, יש להם להתיר איסורי תורה לפי שעה. אליהו בהר הכרמל, doing something אסור מן התורה. Look at that build. במה, על הר הכרמל. לפי שעה. Now the Rambam is questioning, מהו זה שהזהירה התורה לא תוסיף עליו ולא תגרע ממנו? So the Torah says לא תוסיף. If the rabbis came and told me, even though the Torah says, it's only kosher animal, not a bird, the rabbis are saying, no. Clearly, the Rambam is asking a question now, yes? Says Rambam, שלא להוסיף על דברי תורה ולא לגרוע מהם ולקבוע דבר לעולם שהוא מן התורה. The Rambam is saying that if Beit Din would tell us that when it says in the Chumash, לא תבשל גדי בחלב עמו, includes chicken and cheese, this is not תוסיף. You know?
Right. But then I have to clarify.
Right.
This
The
is
rabbis
Derabanan,
came and
this is
said,
Derabanan.
we are telling you, in our Torah is only a cow, a lamb, a goat. We are adding something as a gzera. So again, the Rambam says, ולקבוע דבר לעולם שהוא מן התורה. If they tell me that this chicken and cheese is min Torah, it will be about
Rabbi, that would answer Joseph's question, let's say, about the sukkah, the extra day.
Of course,
It's Derabanan.
of course.
So
Ketzad,
I'm saying, they're not telling you,
Ketzad.
they said we have a safek of a day, we don't know if it's a day or not, so we're gonna let you sit one extra day.
So that's gonna,
Yeah, but Joseph, we do it in regular life also. If you're not sure if you took medicine or not, you call the doctor. There's anything wrong if I say I'm coming with a cold, I have a special vitamins, whatever. My wife believes it's good. It says here, take 3 times a day, 2 at a time. Okay, so last night I took 2. This morning I took 1. But if you take antibiotics and you're not sure, you call the doctor.
Do you double up or not?
Right.
Safek, do I take it or do I not take it?
This is not much.
So we have the meat of the mother and the milk of the mother and kid.
Then
Then we generalize it to meat. Then we put also the chicken. So it's really 2 level now. The Torah says just
what is the first level you say? Joseph, if you take milk from Australia and the meat from buffalo, בשר וחלב. חלב אימו doesn't mean
Doesn't mean literally it's mother.
no, but he's
I
asking,
understand what he's
he's asking a question. How come the Torah says בחלב אימו? Listen carefully now what I'm saying. If you slaughter the cow, then you take the milk out first. Then you cook meat. This milk was sold in the Torah. Only if you took the milk from an animal that is alive. Yes. Achalev imo means the mother is alive, not the mother of the cow. Any cheeseburger from milk from Australia to South Africa, together are sold in the Torah. And Chalev imo is teaching the halacha. If the milk was extracted from the mother when the mother was not alive, then it would not be a sunnah. That's an animal halacha.
Oh, if after the animal died, you took out the milk.
Chalev imo.
Right. She's alive.
Right.
So if you took the milk out after the animal was dead,
Correct.
and you cooked it with the meat, it's
Correct.
Rabbi Prague, so you're saying not hypothetical, Hanukkah and Purim, the rabbis do not say that it's in the Torah, they're adding, is that what you're saying?
Exactly. The Rambam, of course, is saying.
And why do we try to find a reason, Hanukkah minayin or Hanukkah min Torah, if it's not really min Torah, right?
Let's go. Let's continue with the Rambam.
Okay.
Ketzad. Remember, this is an unusual Rambam. The Rambam is asking a question of the Chumash, and the Rambam answers it. And then, Ketzad. הרי כתוב בתורה, לא תבשל גדי בחלב אימו. Here, Jordan. ומפי השמועה, every time the Rambam says מפי השמועה means, it's מסיני, this is the way they got. מפי השמועה למדו, שזה הכתוב, this פסוק, בשר לבשל ולאכול, בשר בחלב. בין בשר בהמה, קר, בין בשר חיה, דיר, או, אבל בשר עוף, מותר בחלב מן התורה. Good, this is Sinai, this is what Moshe Rabbeinu taught till today. אם יבוא בית דין ויתיר בשר חיה וחלב, בית דין says, no, it meant only, as let's say Joseph wanted to say, only female cow,
Yeah.
but bull, this is not tigra. Why? Now you realize what the Rambam is saying in Chidush now? All the examples of Rashi is I'm doing an act of mitzvah, putting tefillin, putting tzitzit, and I'm adding, here the Rambam is saying that this is a general beidin. The rabbis have also realized the Rambam took it to a different level. The beidin are telling us.
Not an individual.
Correct. Here, this is what the Rambam is saying now.
Bedin has the same rules as we do. You can't.
No, but only it's הוספה עד למניין המצוות. זאת אומרת, הם באים ואומרים says the Rav Vilna, this is why the Torah is writing it twice. In Parashat Vayetchanan, and Parashat Vayetchanan. Why do I need? One is not Tosifu, the other is not Tosef. One is me and you by Tefillin, by Tzitzit. One is not Tosef, Tosifu, Beidin. Look further, look further. אם יאסור בשר העוף ויאמר שהוא בכלל הבדין, if the Beidin will come and tell us,
chicken is like a
exactly,
goat.
it's like a goat.
אסור מן התורה.
אסור מן התורה, and they would say אסור מן התורה, הרי זה מוסיף.
That's the original sin, Rabbi. Adam Arishon was the original sinner. She says it over there. He didn't tell the Haval the Umrah and the.
If you follow Jewish history, every generation, everything that people are starting to chop of Judaism begins here. Yeravam Benevad, added the new holiday, canceled Sukkot, and says, no, we have to do it in Chufan. Definitely have to do it. This is what, I mean, this is not, Aval, Im Amar, but if the Beidin says, בשר העוף מותר מן התורה. The Torah says it's fine. ואנו, we are telling you, we the rabbis, only the rabbis, ואנו נאסור אותו ונודיע לעם שהוא גזירה. We are telling you, don't eat chicken and milk, גזירה, שלא יבוא מן הדבר חורבה, ויאמרו, listen what the Rambam said. בשר העוף מותר מפני שלא נתפרש בתורה. החיה מותרת.
It's not clear.
The examples of the Torah is, as you pointed out before, גדי בחלב ולא. Deer is not written in the Torah. Deer is a chaya. People say, well, I can cook venison milk. We telling you what basar means. Off is mutar. We are telling you not to have chicken and milk. Okay?
So what? The hashash of the haya made them gozer on off?
This is the Rambam said before.
It's a little far-fetched. I mean, tell me haya and behema is included, and tell me off is not included. I mean, you have to make a whole gezerah just for that? It's a little far.
If you read what most Americans do today, and they go to shul every day, but it's a conservative uniform, that's exactly what they do. They chop the Torah based on this view. Why am I not permitted to open the eye? Because it says you have to rest.
Right.
So remember, their interpretation is you have to rest. So flipping the switch is
It's not the same.
it's exactly the same. The question is,
No, look, you gozer on an off because of a haya. Off is a different category.
no, but not because of the no, because what's asur is only with the Torah, the examples the Torah gave me. Here was I told you, I was in the army a short time, and there was their reform rabbi. Then he came to the minyan every day. Reform rabbi put the food in, deep the food in. By the afternoon, the men publicly, shaving with a razor. I came to him and says, listen, he never said, you know, I see you every day. Shaving with a razor. Rambam says that the reason why you cannot use a shaver, that you cannot use a razor, is because the Rambam says because this is the way the priests used to do it.
How to go there, don't base cut
But
themselves.
today they're not. Today the priests are not doing it. It's mutar. לקח. מספיק מהחומש. No, but he said it was smart, not the.
He believes it.
is the man came to shul every day. The answer is the minute you start to interpret that based on the Torah,
The fact that he knew the Harambam was surprising.
obviously you went to a good school.
Yes, I'm saying. Oh, you got that.
You went to a good school. I have a fellow in my upstate New York. You, Joseph, I have a fellow in upstate New York. I mean, he's an immigrant. He came from Hungary. Does anyone know when was the Rani, maybe when was the revolution in Hungary?
56.
Ah,
Nine-
anyway, he ran away from 56, he came with his parents. He's an expert in fixing old silver, not the new shine. European silver. Anyway, he says to me that a priest comes to him here, priest, this is the island, not in New York City, says, Jesus and the cross fell off, pick of silver. No, he says to him, you don't have to come to the church, we'll bring it to you, will you fix it? This is what he says to me, a lot of money. So he says to the priest, he says, I have to think about it. When he meant, of course, he sincerely religious, he wouldn't sell religion for money. A week later, the priest comes and he says to the priest, I'm sorry, I cannot help you.
Can I help you?
And the priest says to him with a smile, which means you look on us as idol worshippers. See, the priest understood. He looks on Christians, this was
Right.
as idol worshippers. If you fix it. So he says to him, I'm not making any religious statements. I was asking him, fine. And he said to the priest again, I'm sorry. The priest walks out. Says to me, he says in public, because we give a class, says, I thought to myself, who knows, what does he think about it? Says 10 days later, a woman walks into my store, two big bags, a lot of old silver. And she says to me, look at this, can you fix it? I said, yes. Said, I never saw you in my store. Who sent you? The police. The police told the lady, this Jew is not selling Judaism for money. It says the profit I made on her silver, she said other people was as big as him. See, this is a chokhmah. This question is.
He was probably being mahmir anyway. No, why? Because you're allowed to sell a cross with a.
Which is not the cross with Jesus.
You're allowed to sell it.
Everyone bows down. Because no one bows down to the cross in 47. When you buy a pendant, this is a pendant.
Do they bow down to Goyim? Do they bow down?
Many of them.
No. When they see a cross, the Goyim, the Arabs bow down.
The big cross with Jesus, this is part of the service.
No, they bow down.
Yeah.
Oh, you
When
might.
they- when they
I know that.
The Rambam says in 3 places, real Christianity. I'm not talking about Protestants here. Is Avodah Zarah.
There's even there's a church in Yerushalayim, outside Yerushalayim, I think in Nazareth, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. If you go in there, you have to bend down to get in. They purposely make you have to bend down to get in.
There's no.
When I was in Rome now, so we had a tour outside the Jewish ghetto where they were. There's a church, there's the great synagogue, and there's a church. You cross the street, on the church is Hebrew writing.
No.
You walk
Yeah.
So the tour guide was saying that the church's job was to convert Jews. So what did they do? They put a church right outside where the synagogue is, and they put it in Hebrew. So the guy thought, oh, maybe it's that's unbelievable what they.
They're walking on the wrong.
Joseph, take the Gemara. Go with
No,
you.
but we don't today. The church tried to convert. That was their tafkid. No, today, thank God.
What about today? The Jews for Yeshus. The Jews for Yeshus, the same thing.
Israel,
Yeah, they try to convert
especially, because there are many confused
Jews. Yeah, but
American Jews. Those who come to the court with their missionaries trying to
The evangelist are.
look at Basel.
there.
Look at Gemara Rosh Hashanah, דף ט"ז עמוד ב', ראש השנה, ררי, ט"ז עמוד ב'.
There's a lot of information. Where are we?
ראש השנה, ט"ז עמוד ב'.
By the way, in Brooklyn, on Coney Island Avenue, just across from McCord, there's a J for J over there. There's a whole building they have there.
Ronnie, Jews for Jay died down. It used to have it much stronger 20, 30 years ago.
Well, they have one across from McCord, just for the record.
You know, in Deal, I used to get Jehovah's Witnesses on my
Right,
porch.
right.
They
They
don't-
come in the summer. They come in the summer. They interns. They hire in the summer. They were in West Deal last week.
Wait,
Giving out brochures.
Look at the Zion Amud Bet in Rosh
They
Hashanah.
sold downtown, you know how much that property was worth? They sold it to, I don't know, one of these tech companies, you know, Dumba, you know, those watchtower, remember the building?
Yeah.
It was worth millions.
They're very shrewd. They're very shrewd businessmen. The Mormons. Very shrewd businessmen. They have lots of money. Lots of money. Anyway.
The Gemara is asking in Rosh Hashanah after Zion, how come we blow 30 kolot before Musaf and 30 in the middle? Look. So look on top of the page. You see Zion Amud Bet,
ספק.
Zion Amud Bet. למה תוקעים ומריעים כשהם עומדים כדי לערבב את השטן? whatever it means. Look at Tosfot over there. Tema.
הקעבה משובט תוסיף.
Look at the Safot in the top right. Share it with Joseph there. Safot are asking, how can you do it? But proceed.
But we do it from Safek.
Let's see a minute. This is what you think. Look at this. The Safot are asking, listen carefully, Jimmy, what the Safot are asking. The Safot are not asking how come we blow 30 and not 9. In the Torah, Joseph,
No,
the time
you're
of
right.
Moshe Rabbeinu, no, it says 3 times. Yeah, you have to do 3 times. Tuah. What is Tuah? Is Tuah what we call Tuah?
Right.
Or it's a combination of the two, or it's Shvarim.
So we do a combination. You come up to, yeah.
If you do a total of 30, you say
You
for
fulfill-
sure in
you fulfill your
Torah.
obligation.
So the Gemara's question is, you fulfill your obligation for sure before you start the Musaf. Why are you
Or
doing
what you doing it in Musaf again?
Musaf again 30?
Yeah, yeah, we,
Then-
no, whatever you do, you have to do
Rabbi
30.
said-
That's not the question is why you're repeating, not
It's a
30.
fault. So the Safot are asking, Tema, Haka'ava, Mishum Bar Tosif. This is Shalah Chazaka.
What do you repeat? That's-
Repeating, this is the point. Up till now we learned, I'm taking, listen carefully again, I took a box of tefillin with 5. I took a tzitzit with 5 strings. I have a door, Rashi didn't say, but if you put 2 mezuzot, if you put 2 mezuzot on your door, Joseph, 2 mezuzot, let's say, for saying it just for a joke, husband and a wife, one is Sephardi and Ashkenazi, you put 2 mezuzot, Sephardi and Ashkenazi.
That's the leaf, it's the first problem.
You know, John, you know that the writing of Sephardi is slightly different. If you look at the Sefer Torah here, I see it because I get the Sefer Torah is really different.
There's only one, why? There's only one hefter.
The writing, no, I'm not talking about Suadaka. The way you write it.
Well, the sheen is different. The sheen, the shape of the sheen is different. The shape of the sheen, no?
Why Ashkenazim relatively is always more expensive. No, you have to be a better.
Oh, it's a different letter?
Not completely, but you can see it.
Yeah.
So look, this is the question of if someone is putting 2 mezuzot, Sephardic Ashkenazi, how to see? How to see? Tema, Haka'ava, Mishum, how to see? Please listen carefully now to Tosfot. This goes to Joseph's question before. V'chi Tema, maybe you would answer as follows.
יצאו.
כיוון דכבר יצא, אבל שלא בזמנו, זה לא עבר. The minute you heard the first 30, you completely no mitzvah. So who cares if you do it again?
So then what do you
It's
do?
like שלא זמנו.
Do we know the Zman?
Okay, let's see.
No, you're saying if you knew the Zman,
The Safotas, in the second Joseph, look.
So why do you do it to 30 again then?
That's what he's saying.
This is exactly what the Safotas say.
Don't even do that.
Maybe it doesn't count as Baal Tosiv because the minute, let's say I made Kiddush 5 around. For me, the mitzvah of Kiddush is over. I would say it again, it would be a bracha l'batala, not Baal Tosiv.
right? Well, it's not about to
But
see.
it's not Baal Tosiv, stop.
Rabbi, going back to the Mizrah, my wife is Ashkenaz. And when I do Sefarad, the Ashkenaz is Pasur.
No, it's not this is the point. See, if I hear Parashat Zachorim, Bnei Sha'arei Sion, it's a Sefer Torah Sfaradi, I fulfill the mitzvah of Torah. All this Hidurim, if we have a Mesorah to write this way, Sfaradi this way, this is your obligation to do the way you use. So the it's not Pasur. I said, if every time I go to buy a new mezuzah,
Yeah.
not too often, but you go to a person who says, do you want Ktav Sfaradi, Ktav Ashkenazi, Ktav Bet Yosef, or Ari? This is every mezuzah that you have.
If you have two roommates, one is Ashkenaz, one Sephardi,
So
one
they have to make a raffle. If you put them both, every day you walk, you have a problem. Yeah, no, it's a good question. אתה מבין, אף אחד לא אומר, באשכנזית מזוזה, פסול או ספרדי. בספר תורה is kosher. Jimmy is right, there is
One letter that's different. We have a hair, they have an aleph.
פרשת כי תצא,
תשועת דקה.
לא יעבור תשועת דקה. תשועת דקה מזה, one of the testaments
Crushed.
cannot marry a Jewish woman. How do you spell daka? The hay or aleph? This is
So isn't it pasul for a Sephardi?
so it's not, if this is Yom HaSorah, this is Yom HaSorah.
No, I think it doesn't have you have a question if a Sephardi goes to an Ashkenazi shul, if he's allowed to say a
פרשת
berakah.
זכור, פרשת
No,
זכור.
because that's the letter is different.
The Maaseh. The writing, the writing is different, everyone agrees it's kosher. Here, the Sefer Torah is Sefer Torah.
That's what that question is.
When the Sephardi guy use the Ashkenaz way, can they put the Torah here in the Shari Sion? It's not pasul.
They don't let it, no.
Depends how much he makes.
It depends how much you pay. It goes after how much you pay.
So look further into us.
Keep going.
The Safot are saying, "Amrina בסוף ראו בית דין ירא." Honey, for you, לגבי ברכת כהנים, ואין מוסיף ברכה אחת משלו, משום דלא עבר עליה זמני, כיוון דאילו מתרמר לציבור האחרינה, אדם מברך לו. The Gemara wants to know, Larry pointed out before, and it was right, that Rashi in Parashat Vayetchanan gave an example. Rashi in Re'ei gave the example of Birkat Kohanim. Why didn't Rashi say it here? Here's the Gemara. The Gemara is questioning, if this morning Jimmy, by the end of Birkat Kohanim, V'yasem lecha shalom, Jimmy would say, Hashem Yosef, Hashem should make his kukuchvei hashamayim. The Gemara wants to know, why is he over and about to see? The Zman of the bracha is over for Jimmy. Again, Baal Tosif is what? I put the box while I'm supposed to do it, I'm putting 5. Here, the minute he says, V'yasem lecha shalom, the mitzvah is over.
But that's the same question of Sukkot that we said.
Good.
That's the same question.
Says the Gemara, because if Jimmy walks out and people tell him downstairs, we need a Kohen.
Okay.
You're going to say it, and they have the mitzvah, you have the mitzvah. So since you can repeat the mitzvah as many times as you want, the time of Birkat Kohanim for you is already. You fulfilled your
So
obligation.
you didn't finish.
So like Yogi said, it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over.
You hear what he said, what Jimmy is saying? You fulfilled your part of the mitzvah. But since the halacha allows you, or maybe obligates you, to make bracha for other people, so therefore, if you are adding by the end of your bracha,
No, but you're saying very careful now. Let's say I wait 10 seconds, so I made a hefsek, and then I said it.
right?
Now you're saying maybe it's different, but it's that I don't think
So
that's
support
true.
us saying that it is different. And you see in a minute, you will look in a minute. Jimmy, how many times how can Jimmy go in every wedding? Yes, and you give the new bride and the muzzin. It's a night. When he said Birkat Kohanim,
Yeah.
we're not saying it is Birkat Kohanim.
We didn't say beracha, not even. We're not saying it is Birkat Kohanim.
This is a point.
We're giving him a
Over
beracha. Stop.
there. But if you are adding a fourth beracha to your Birkat Kohanim, you are saying it
Yes.
as a beracha.
Yes.
If you say 10 minutes later, it's on the wedding.
Right.
I'm a Kohen, I have a power of brachot. So Tosafot are wondering again, how can we blow 30 and 30? Why is it not Baal Tosif? Look, ויש לומר, דאין שייך בל תוסיף בעשיית מצווה אחת בית פעמים. If you repeat the entire mitzvah, this is not Baal Tosif. Baal Tosif is, while you do, you add to what you do.
Oh,
But
that's-
completely.
It's fascinating that in the Nusach, it's very interesting. In the Rashi, Rashi says here, Livirkat Kohanim, right?
Yes, yes.
Nusach elsewhere is Livirkat Kohanim, which goes.
Exactly.
Here's always the old
Yeah, yeah.
text. So it's about to see Bibirkat Kohanim.
In the same.
In the same, right, exactly. You mean you're referring to what Jimmy's
Yes.
say that it's very nice, but it's not about to see. So according to Tosfot,
This is a big hadush what he's saying, by the way. It's a hadush gadol.
everyone is accepting it. But listen.
But it's not so simple what he's saying.
You are in Israel and Sukkot, you shuk lulav in shul. Then you come to the court. A guy comes here, take it, shake it again. According to Safot,
It's not about to see. Yeah.
I'm repeating
The same
the
mitzvah.
mitzvah. Why, Joseph? Why should I take? Sure. Why would I take it again? Because according to Rambam, doing it near Beit HaMikdash, perhaps it's in Torah. But you did in the morning,
Right,
in your shul, wherever you prayed, you prayed in the hotel. It's a mitzvah de Rabbanan. You come to the court there.
right.
According to Rambam, Yerushalayim, Mikdash is the entire.
Rabbi Yochanan was-
Correct. The topic is big, maybe
So
next.
the question is, Rabbi, why do we even add it? Everyone agrees that once you do 30, you're Yotzei. Correct?
Okay,
So I know Ashkenazim are different. You don't do it in the Lahash,
So the
maybe?
answer is no, we do it in the Lachash, we don't do it.
We do it in the Lahash and we repeat it in
You have
the.
30, 30, and 30.
Right.
We do 30 before. In Chazarat Hashat, you do 30. And after Amidah is over, you do 40 more.
40.
40.
40,
But you have 30 before. 30 during the quiet.
30,
Torah,
99,
and
then
30
we do it.
Chazarat
then-
Hashat. Yes.
So why do we repeat it so many times?
Okay, so the Gemara says that many people couldn't stay for the entire Amidah of Yom Kippur, for the entire Ramon Fuyot.
Okay.
Chachamim established it before, at least they heard the Torah.
So does it say in the Torah when you blow the shofar where you should blow it?
Okay, so this is a different discussion, but Be'emet, if you look in Rashi, it's Malchuyot, Zichronot, and Shofar. No, why do you say the Psukim? This is what you have to blow.
That's why you have to blow. Not because you're blowing for the mitzvah, you're blowing for the brachot.
And
And the Ashkenazim say what? It's,
we do it at least once.
no, but it's interesting. The beracha we say on the first time before. Everyone has to do that, but you
All
can't
the
do it without.
Rishonim are asking, so why do you say the Baracha then?
Well, you're gonna say it. The Hazara, you can't say it in the Hazara.
Maybe for Shana, whatever question. It's a good question. I'll see you tomorrow, remember, on the other phone. Yes, not on this.
Tomorrow's on 464, not the Shadet Zion. You're gonna be using the home one. Got it. Okay. Have a great day. I'll put it on the chat. 464 tomorrow and Sunday as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sunday we have the Brit Milah, so Sunday we cannot.
Oh,
Brit Milah is exactly 9.
so Sunday there's no class?
No class Sunday.
Okay, I'll put it on there. Thank you.
Rabbi Prague?
We had the new guns.
Oh,
Yes.
So in other words, if they had lulav on Shabbat in the Mikdash, that was a D'oraisa, right?
Correct.
And then they don't say that lo tosifu, lo tigru, that they eliminated. They just said it is a mitzvah, but we're changing. It's like it's the same.
But later, there's no time, but the continuation of the class is that when the rabbis are telling us not to blow shofar on Shabbat, yes, why is it not lo tigra?
Yeah.
They are telling you,
They're not telling you it's haram. They're telling you we don't know if it's carrying.
like, they are not telling you it's assumed in the Torah to blow. You are chayav in the Torah to blow on Shabbat. We have a power to put a fence around the Torah because
That's what I want to make sure I understood. Yes,
otherwise we'll be about tikra.
thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a great day, Rabbi Prague.
Bye.